All right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Green, AMTV, Digital Cowboy, back here in beautiful Malibu for sunset. Thought we'd give you a little bit of a look and wanted to give you an update in the news since it's been a couple days. So please like and share. People were like, Christopher, you cowboy now, being out in Arizona? Well, I've lived there for a very long time. It's a beautiful home state. But no, I'm not a cowboy. I'm a digital cowboy. So make sure you get your cowboy right. Anyways, no, it was good to see family. God bless each and every one of you guys. I'm praying for you, but let's get really real here. Hyperinflation is now permanent. It is escalated. It is worldwide. I could clearly see this, especially visiting on the mainland. Same homes that were going for like 300,000 just about a year or so ago, 800,000. Some of these properties, $1 million. Okay, people driving me around town saying that they bought West Side, Arizona for like 300K. Now the property just a couple months later is worth 550. So inflation is all around us. It's everywhere. It's in the food, it's in the oil, it's in the natural gas, it's in this war in Ukraine, all of which they wanted, all of which is by design, all of which is the plan. So none of this is going to stop. And Jerome Powell, speaking today, I was watching this on my plane ride over, said that he's actually going to reduce the rate hikes coming and starting in December. So I want you to think about this. There's inflation everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's inflation, and he's going to reduce the rate hikes. So what does that tell you? That tells you there's going to be more inflation. It tells you there's going to be more bailouts, and it tells you that there's going to be more debt. So I see this as a running theme. I think a lot of people are missing this. I think the inflation train is going to kick off once again, just like we saw in the last couple years. Now, we will see maybe a little bit of a slowdown in certain parts of the mainland, but in housing, but where the demographics are strong. Okay, you look at a place like Phoenix, Arizona. That is the 5th largest city in the country. I'm from California. That place is looking like California now, and it's only going to continue to grow. They put in new freeways. They've got the 303 that they just put in. The south side, the west side, anywhere you go that isn't landlocked has absolutely exploded. And of course, with the great strategic relocation, as we saw in recent years, people moving to more free states or getting into states which are a little bit more economically friendly has only helped propel this transition to this new system. But here's what you guys need to understand. This has always been by design. This whole thing was by design. Okay, they already knew which states would benefit. So let me give you an example of this. Like we've seen huge move into Arizona, huge move into Texas. Yeah, they expected that. They want to build it out. Like Texas, for example, the great state of Texas. Love Texas. It should probably secede from the union, quite frankly. So, in my humble opinion. So should Arizona and states like it. Okay, but it was pretty obvious that they were going to be the beneficiary of what had happened in recent years, which is exactly what happened. And there's a reason why all the big money, Elon Musk and his factories, where do they move? Texas. They move out of California and those coastal cities, and they move into places like that because they want to build it out. See, they're making places like Texas the new Hunger Games, so to speak, like big cities connected to the train network. We've all seen the movie. This is what they're doing. Also, too, just a couple other brief points, things that I've been following that I thought were pretty interesting. You know, the more that I hear Ye speak, the more sense this guy makes, okay? The more genius this guy actually shows. And I don't even mean any disrespect to like Tim Pool, because, you know, I'm familiar with him and I've spoken with him a few times. Actually, a lot of you don't know this. I tried to hire him many years ago because I could see him as a rising star who was kind of moderate on the political spectrum. It was very easy to see that. But it kind of looked like amateur hour. Like, did you catch this interview? He's like trying to be PC the whole time, doesn't let Kanye, now Ye, speak at all. And Ye basically just walks off the set because it was absolute amateur hour. And I feel like Tim really showed his hand that at the end of the day, he's not going to let his guests speak. I would never do that. I would have let Ye speak. It would have been the most electric, dynamic show you guys had ever seen. And I would have let him speak for himself. And I wouldn't have tried to fact check him every 5 seconds. So notice all the people that YouTube has propped up, okay? They're the people that have to sit there like a dweeb and fact check every single part of the conversation. which makes for horrible, terrible content, and takes away from the truth and takes away just from people being themselves and speaking their truth. This does not mean that you or I condone everything that somebody might say, Ye, or anyone else in Hollywood or any of these other places, per se. It just means that this is why certain platforms have been allowed, okay, to grow. So anyways, I just thought that was really interesting, and yeah, he's making more and more sense, in my opinion. I wanted to hear more about his platform in 2024. He's a very smart individual, and, you know, he's been completely attacked. Like, look at how is it that conservatives now have to, like, come up with alternatives to be free? I met somebody as I was traveling earlier today, and they said that there's a new bank just for conservatives. Well, we got to use our own banking solutions now. I mean, we do. I know we need to do this, but it's like, it just goes to show you how less free we actually are. The fact that these alternatives even need to be created in the first place. So, as I always tell you, unless you're finding solutions, then you're part of the problem. So we're entering this apex of highly predictable outcomes of where we are headed. Also notice the culmination of SBF and the big FTX debacle. And by the way, proudly never recommended FTX ever. I never recommended FTX ever. And look at how many people did and shot their credibility because of it. Not that anybody's perfect, but that is, again, just another capitulation event, which is bringing in regulation, making people like Kevin O'Leary look like fools, and basically doing exactly what Washington and the elites wanted so that they can consolidate the industry as we knew they would, just like they've consolidated the internet. So here's my point. All of this is just beginning. The fun is just getting started. This hyperinflation, you're at the second inning of it, and it's going to get much, much worse. When are people going to wake up and realize everything that happened over the last couple of years was by design to logistically set the blueprint for what was going to come next? Wealth transfer, financial reset, economic currency revaluation as they move us to CBDCs and the digital dollar, and the geopolitical conflicts on the ground that I warned you that we would be fighting World War III and that we were already in it. I told you that 15, 16 years ago. That's what Ukraine is for. That's why Americans are dumping billions of dollars of worthless taxpayer funds into Zelensky, a non-NATO country. That's where your money goes. I mean, I have this conversation all the time. Like, why are you even paying taxes if they can print as much currency as they want? If the dollar isn't backed by anything and it's valueless like toilet paper, and it's not fixed to gold or silver or Bitcoin or something like that, why does the U.S. Treasury even need you to pay taxes? Can't they just print all that they want? Can't they just give Zelensky like $100 billion a day if they wanted to? I mean, couldn't they give just every American $1 million? Which is what they're going to do. That's what, not $1 million bucks. You'll get $1,000 in UBI. And guess what that's going to be? More inflation. That's going to be a higher inflationary event that's going to lower your quality of life, lower your standard of living, and make you a lot less free than you ever have been before. So anyways, I love you guys. I'm praying for all of you. But the party has just begun. A lot of you are missing the opportunity in front of you. It's the biggest opportunity, honestly, I've seen in my lifetime. I'm actually thinking right now, like highly strategically, even about my own positioning, everything we're doing, of course, with Island Project and all the businesses that I run, our academy. You guys should definitely join that. Make sure you get into islandprojectclub.com. I do that right now, but like, this is the time you're going to make the big money. Honestly, like positioning now is when you're going to create those cash flows I always tell you about, is when you're going to make your first $1 million bucks, is when you're going to basically find, you know, the little diamonds in the rough that everybody's missing. When there's fear, when there's consolidation, when there's regulation, and honestly, there's just like a lot of terrible stuff going on in the world right now. Things are pretty bad. So you can be a part of the problem. You can be in a negative mindset, or you can be a part of the solution, and you can actually build yourself up and do really incredible things. So those are my quick thoughts, hard hitting it in your face. It is the 30th. We are approaching December. Again, holiday wishes to all of you. Merry Christmas. Jesus Christ is Lord. I also encourage you, click the link below. Make sure you get into Island Project Club. hyperinflation.com. Make sure you join us right away while there's still spots, and book a call with me. Learn about blockchain, learn the fundamentals now. This is the time to do it. So when even Kevin O'Leary knows this. Kevin O'Leary is like, yeah, not every investment I make is a good one. And what is he doing? He's buying more cryptos. He's investing in more companies. He's looking at various exchanges. So I'm not endorsing Kevin O'Leary because I think he's done a terrible job. Honestly, just because he's a Shark Tank person doesn't mean you should listen to him. In fact, everybody that they're featuring, everybody that's being featured on the social platforms and on Forbes and Fortune, those are actually the people you shouldn't follow. Those are actually the people that aren't the real deal. It's the people on camera, like the guy you're actually listening to, who is the real deal. So prep now, get ready, and realize there's a lot of challenges ahead. Again, inflation is going to be a massive, massive event. It's going to be with you for the rest of your life. The United States government and the U.S. Treasury has now officially declared war on the dollar. Okay, so this means we're in a full-blown dollar collapse. We're in an economic crisis. We're in an inflationary event that we have never seen in our lifetime. And this is all moving by design where they wanted everybody to go. I mean, think about this like cattle. They don't need billions and billions of humans on this planet anymore. They used to need you. They don't need you anymore when they can replace you with robots, AI, artificial intelligence, algorithms, social media. You're not needed. So this is a type of not only psychological brainwashing and coal, in my opinion, but it's also quite literally that, in my opinion. So everybody's going to get weeded out here. So don't let it be you. This might mean your bank account. This might mean your job if you're dependent on only one source of income. This means your community. It means your friends and family. I mean, people have had to put up their dividing lines. We talked a lot about this in recent years, the line in the sand. Like, where's your line in the sand? Where's your integrity? What's too much encroachment by the government where it's like you go, hey, man, no, I'm just going to say no to this. So I'm transparent where I stand, I think, on all these issues. But this is your moment, I believe, to not only continue to say no, but show the world what you're made of. And I'll just leave you on that optimistic note. Show the world what you're made of in this very, very challenging environment, of which Powell just admitted again. I mean, they're going to not hike as aggressively as they said. Expect rates, those rate hikes to stop at some point in the future. Expect more debt. Expect more bailouts. And notice not a single banker, not a single too big to fail banker in 2008-09 went to jail at all. So why would SBF? Honestly, isn't he like one of them? Not a single head of one of the major too big to fail banks, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and the rest of those companies, not a single one of those dudes faced any repercussions for a total economic financial implosion and a collapse that they said could lead to the end of days here in the United States. So what makes you think anything is going to happen this time? It's not. What they're going to do is steamroll over the average American, destroy the middle class, transfer all the wealth, and over time, generationally, cool the herd. So that's what's going on. That's the truth. That's really what's up. And although I don't agree with everything, Ye might have to say, this guy is smart as a cookie, man. And he makes more and more sense. And seeing him on that interview was just like, man, dude, that was such amateur hour. What a joke, dude. So unprofessional, and just kind of showed you that all those guys, honestly, were out of their league. Like, anyways, those are just my like hardcore, truthful thoughts. Anyways, I love ya. God bless ya. Jesus Christ is King, and make sure you get into the islandprojectclub.com. That's islandprojectclub.com, and schedule a call with me and then watch all of our fundamental videos, everything that we're doing with fractional real estate, building our state-of-the-art blockchain community, tokenizing that community, learn about the Island Project private placement itself, but an easy way to get in, especially this holiday season and over Christmas, gift this digital gift now. Okay, a lot of you are going to run out to the store and buy some worthless crap or some kind of plastics and give it to your loved ones, and they're not even going to use it. Give them the gift of islandprojectclub.com so that they can actually improve not just their mindset, their education, but also their cash flows, and they can position strategically for massive 1000x success as we approach 2023 and beyond, because you don't got a lot of time left to figure this out. to get your body right, to get your soul right, to get your mindset right, to get your money game right. Most of you are probably struggling with cash flows. That's what I hear all the time. People say, I'm having trouble making money. I lost my job, or like, I can't afford things because of all the inflation. Well, everybody's feeling that, no matter how wealthy you are. I don't care if you have, $100,000 in the bank, $10,000, a million, or 10 or 100 million. Everybody is feeling the impact of the central bank system, not just here in the United States, but worldwide, creating an intentional inflationary event that they cause and are responsible for so that they can reset the system. That's just the honest to gosh truth. So enjoy the sunset. I love you. I'll have more content like this and some vlogs and blogs and a whole lot more coming very soon. And links are below. Make sure you take advantage of that opportunity and get in before the price goes up. You can set your marker of where you'd like to join. 1,500 is the minimum to get into the club. I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff as we close out the end of the year. So get into that. I can only accept 25 students per month with the private consult. So just keep that in mind, as I'm a busy guy, and I'm sure you're busy as well. If you want a slot, make sure you click that link right now and reserve it. Okay, and then I'll send you a Calendly link, and you can speak with me in the coming days. I love you. God bless you, and I'll see you there, islandprojectclub.com. Links below and up here.